Okay, so let's talk about evolution of the dollar meta. You're seeing a lot of players out there starting to do the double safety walk down in the dollar defense. Double safety walk downs have been a staple of defensive Madden for quite some time. It's been a tool I've used in some of my defenses. I tend to run more 4-down lineman defenses, but this year the double safety walk down is actually pretty good in the dollar meta. And I don't do a lot of dollar content, namely that I don't run it. I know for a fact that this is actually going to really improve this particular meta. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn our auto flip off, because a lot of players are going to want to audible into the A-gap blitz meta out of this. We want to make sure our base alignment is set to on. Okay, so you don't want to run man align, you don't want to run default alignment. Let's set base align, because this is going to help disguise things a little bit better. Now from there, it's totally up to you what you guys want to do with your zone drops. I'm more of a 35 guy. Some players out there are the types that'll run their curl flats on like 15 and then leave their flats default, so they can choose cloud flat or hard flat. It's kind of up to you what you want to do. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to stick with what I do, which is 30 and 5. Now, in terms of your audibles, most players are going to set audibles for the coverages that they like to audible into. I'm going to start you guys off with cover 4 drop, DB fire 2, free safety zone blitz, and cover 3 buzz spy. Now, the key for this and any defense in which you want to do a double safety walk down is to find a play that has a double safety blitz, because when you break the huddle in a double safety blitz, the first thing you're going to notice is the players walk down really close to the line of scrimmage. Now, this at face value is not great, because I don't want a man coverage look that looks like this. This looks terrible. So what most players are going to do is they're going to audible out of this right away. And they're going to audible into a cover 4 or cover 3 or another blitz call. But you notice the safeties didn't move back. They stayed in position. This is why the double safety walk down meta is so popular in this dollar defense, because what this allows you to do effectively, and some players will do this, is they'll actually turn this into a B gap blitz from this alignment by blitzing not just the linebacker, but also this player right here. And then they will basically try to put, like a safety into a middle third and try to catch you, sleeping. Because for a lot of players, you don't look at this and think, oh man, I'm going to get gap pressure here. But you will. And right there, they kind of ran into each other there for a little bit. But one of the plays that players will actually audible into that makes this real simple is the free safety zone blitz. So you see right here with this look, it's all set up perfectly. And if they audible into this actually comes in A gap or B gap. So you see right there, it looks just like the A gap meta that we are typically used to out of dollar, which brings me to my next point. You guys can actually audible into that play, still pinch your defensive line. Now, the thing that you got to be careful with this is that sometimes depending on the order in which you do this, of course, the safety may move back. To me, that's totally fine. You really don't have to worry too much with this. He may walk back down if you want to as well. Some players use this as a nice little weapon. You can put him on a man assignment, take away somebody as a neutralizer. But the thing that's really cool about this is that this actually kind of opens up the A gap a little bit more. Again, this particular blitz has kind of had its day in the limelight. To me, a lot of players know how to block it. The offensive linemen in general kind of block it anyways. But you will sometimes see players that will basically audible into the free safety zone blitz and then just kind of put him into a zone and, hope that they get their pressure from there. Again, it's not 100% consistent blitz, but it does allow you to still run this meta off of this while also keeping the players low in the box. Some players will come out and then audible into DB fire 2. This is a very, very sneaky call, but what you may actually see with this is you'll see that if you want to, you can actually get nice blitz pressure from width with this look too, with the slot corner blitz. And then you have the safeties down super low so they can't throw the ball in the seam. You can do a lot with this. And of course, you can still go ahead and set up your Mabel calls. So, if you want to set up a double Mabel out of this, or if you want to just call straight up cover 4 drop and then pinch your line and just blitz your user and rush 3 and hope for sheds, you're going to see a lot of players that are going to get value out of this as well. Now, of course, my offensive line is set up all kinds of crazy from the videos we've done over the last 2 weeks. If you guys are looking for help with your offensive line so it blocks like that against a 3-man rush, make sure you guys check out yesterday's video. And while you're at it, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. We're pushed up over 31,000 subscribers. Thank you so much. We're hitting a wave here after the Super Bowl. Did not expect it. Eternally grateful for all the support. Make sure you guys like the video. Make sure you guys hit the notification bell because I upload Monday through Friday in the mornings. Now, this isn't the only defense in the game that you guys can actually do this out of. A lot of players out there are gravitating towards a different defense that requires a completely different set of coach suggestions, and that defense is going to be the nickel over. Now, with the nickel over, what you want to do is make sure that your auto flip is off and your mana line is on. So what you're going to be doing with this is running this defense flipped. The reason players want to run this flipped got better A gap pressure, very similar to the A gap that I put out of nickel over earlier in the year. This has gained a lot of steam, and the benefit of the nickel over is that it has a double safety walk down. Kind of with this, what they're doing is they're actually just showing blitz, and it walks the safeties down so low out of any play that you guys can actually call whatever you want as a stock play and then just show blitz. You see here, if I just show blitz out of a cover 3, for instance, look how low those safeties are. If I show blitz out of Tampa 2, you're going to see the safeties walk back down. So this is a really, really neat look in that we have the ability to kind of walk the safeties down out of any shell. And then you can use packages for 3 safety rules. You can set your Mabel coverage up with the 30 and the 5 zone drops. You can do a lot with this. The big thing that most players are doing is they're showing blitz and they're bringing this A gap pressure. This A gap pressure is really, really good. It allows you to kind of, obviously, you know, kind of set up some hybrid coverages right here. We call kind of a cover 6 invert. And if they go 5 out on this, you're going to get A gap pressure right away. And boom, you're right in the backfield. This is legitimately the blitz that I put out of my nickel over G. It's now getting super, super popular. If you guys want the best coverages to put in with this blitz, I actually would recommend that you guys go and check out my Kansas City Chiefs defensive game plan. In my big nickel over G section on the website, you guys are finding a bunch of different coverage shells that you can run straight out of this nickel over that I'm putting out free here on the YouTube channel with this double safety walk down method. While this is not my base defense, it is something that could very easily be my base defense. And if I ever do need my safeties low in the box, I will actually run this. I'll go in, I'll set my players where I need to. I'll turn on a particular package that I want so I can set up my coverage setups, and then I'll have this A gap with the low safeties. And it just gives you such great support in the box to take away quick passes. I mean, one of the things so many players would do if this safety was all the way back here, like let's say for whatever reason we're running, you know, like a cover 6 blitz, and you know, your opponent sees this, they're gonna be thinking right away, okay, well, if that's an A gap blitz, let's just throw like a quick throw in the middle. Well, that's a great idea when the safety is all the way back at standard depth. But if you call any coverage in the game and want to send this, now all of a sudden it doesn't matter if he's in a half or not. I mean, it's going to be so hard. Nobody's going to want to hike throw this because it's going to get intercepted. So just the positioning of the safeties alone is such an advantage here. And this is why you're seeing a lot of players out there running the double safety walk down. I've already mentioned that it helps in run support. Obviously, adding players to the box helps with stopping the run. It changes the way the offensive line targets and blocks players. This is going to allow you to flow with your user around the field. So make sure that you guys are adding this into your defense. You guys really should be in the Kansas City Chiefs defense. If I were you, I think it's got all the best defenses in the game. It's got dollar, it's got 6-1, it's got B-Nog, it's got nickel over, it's got nickel 3-3. You can kind of do this tactic in a variety of those defenses. So definitely go check it out. I hope you guys liked today's video. I'm going to get up out of here until tomorrow or Monday. This is Zan. Get in the lab and good luck.